You've been lied to. If you've been told that neuropathy is not reversible, I am Dr. Shaman. I have treated over 1,000 seniors with peripheral neuropathy and clients who suffer from autoimmune diseases and nerve damage, and a lot of them have not had a relapse and have gone on to live healthy, strong lives, pain-free, and I am going to share that with you right away. If you are yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button and let us get right into it. The two most important factors to reverse neuropathy are supplementation and habit. The reason why your doctor is not telling you this is because a lot of doctors do not know the relationship between nutrition and nerve health, and so they tackle your symptoms, like the burning pain, the tingling, the numbness, with gabapentin, Lyrica, or pain medications. But that does not fix the root problem, which is nerve damage. In this video, I want to tell you 5 vitamins that fix neuropathy fast. But first, I want to tell you 5 habits that cause neuropathy. These are everyday habits that you have, especially the 5th one, and if you don't fix them, no matter the amount of supplements you take, you will still have damaged nerves. The first habit there is poor blood sugar control. Blood sugar is one of the most common causes of neuropathy. Blood sugar, also known as glucose, is the body's primary source of fuel. You get this from carbs like rice, bread, pasta, potatoes, and sweets. And for your body to absorb it for use, it uses your insulin. Our bodies cannot function without glucose. That is how important it is. But just like everything else, everything that has an advantage also has a disadvantage. When the glucose your blood carries throughout your body for energy becomes too much, you go from normal blood sugar to prediabetic to diabetic. And this can happen overnight. Not being able to control how much sugar there is in your blood causes neuropathy. And here's how. When excess glucose in your bloodstream enters your nerve cells, this accumulates over time as it is hard to leave, and it causes your nerves to hold water. That is why you sometimes experience swelling in your feet. As your nerves swell, they become damaged, and nerve function deteriorates. This is when you experience symptoms like burning pain, tingling, numbness, shooting pains, and that feeling like you're walking on pebbles. You notice these symptoms in your hands and legs first, because they are the farthest distance from your heart. They also hold the smallest blood vessels and are most vulnerable to reduced circulation. Research shows that even people with prediabetes, blood sugar levels that are higher than normal but not yet diabetic, can develop nerve damage. Every 1% increase in your HbA1c above 7% increases your risk of neuropathy by 40%. The longer your blood sugar stays elevated, the more permanent the damage becomes. So how do you control blood sugar? First, you need to reduce your intake of refined carbohydrates and sugars. This means cutting back on white bread, white rice, pasta, pastries, sodas, and processed foods. Instead, focus on whole grains, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats. These foods release glucose slowly into your bloodstream, preventing those dangerous spikes. Second, you need to move your body regularly. Even 20 to 30 minutes of walking after your meals can drop your blood sugar by 20 to 30 points. Exercise helps your muscles absorb glucose without needing as much insulin, and this effect lasts for up to 48 hours. Third, you need to monitor your blood sugar levels. Get a glucose meter or a continuous glucose monitor so you can see exactly how different foods affect you. What spikes one person's blood sugar might not spike yours, so you need to know your body. I had a client, Mary, who came to me at 68 years old. She had burning pain in her feet, so severe she couldn't sleep at night. She'd tried gabapentin, Lyrica, and nothing worked. Her HbA1c was 8.9%, and her doctor told her the nerve damage was permanent. The first thing we did was get her blood sugar under control. We cleaned up her diet, no more morning cereal and orange juice, no more pasta dinners. We switched her to protein-rich breakfasts, lots of vegetables, and smaller portions of smart carbs like sweet potatoes and quinoa. She started walking 20 minutes after lunch and dinner. Within 3 months, her HbA1c dropped to 6.8%. Within 6 months, the burning pain was gone. She could sleep through the night. She could walk without that pebble sensation. Her doctor was shocked when her nerve conduction studies showed improvement. Mary is now 71, still pain-free, and she tells everyone that controlling her blood sugar saved her feet. Number 2. Drinking alcohol. A lot of seniors believe that neuropathy is only caused by alcohol consumption, and this is completely false. There is a type of peripheral neuropathy that happens because of chronic alcohol consumption. This hits differently because it causes direct damage on nerve tissue. I know you may be thinking that you do not drink much, so this may not apply to you. But did you know? Alcoholic neuropathy affects people who aren't alcoholics as well, because even moderate drinking over decades causes alcoholic neuropathy. Here's what's happening. Alcohol is directly toxic to your nerves. When you drink, your body converts alcohol into a compound that is 10 to 30 times more toxic to nerves than alcohol itself. This chemical attacks your nerve fibers from the tips, destroys the protective myelin coating around your nerves, and cuts off blood flow to the tiny vessels that feed your nerves. But that's not all. Alcohol also depletes the most critical nutrient your nerves need to survive: thiamine, or vitamin B1. Your body needs thiamine to produce energy in your nerve cells, and without it, your nerves literally starve to death. Alcohol blocks thiamine absorption in your intestines, increases how much you lose through urine, and damages your liver's ability to store it. Studies show that even drinking 2 to 3 glasses of wine daily for 20 to 30 years can lead to nerve damage. What was considered social drinking in your 40s and 50s becomes the reason you have burning feet in your 70s. So what do you do if you drink? First, if you already have neuropathy, you need to stop drinking completely. I know that's hard to hear, but continued drinking, even moderate amounts, will make your neuropathy worse, and it may become permanent. There is no safe amount of alcohol once nerve damage has started. Second, if you don't have neuropathy yet, but you drink regularly, you need to cut back significantly or stop altogether. Your tolerance for alcohol decreases as you age. What your body handled at 40, it cannot handle at 70. The same 2 glasses of wine now do more damage because your liver processes alcohol more slowly, and your body has less water to dilute it. Third, if you've been drinking for years, you absolutely must supplement with thiamine. Take 100 milligrams of thiamine daily, or better yet, take benfotiamine, which is a fat-soluble form that's better absorbed and more effective for nerve repair. I had a client named Richard, 72 years old, who came to me with severe numbness and burning in both feet. He insisted he wasn't an alcoholic. He had 2 glasses of wine with dinner every night for 40 years. Doctor's orders for heart health, he said. His vitamin B1 level was dangerously low. We immediately stopped all alcohol and started him on 300 milligrams of benfotiamine daily, plus a B complex. It took time. Nerve healing is slow, but after 6 months, the burning pain was gone. After a year, sensation started returning to his toes. Robert now tells people, "I thought wine was helping my heart, but it was killing my nerves." He hasn't had a drink in 3 years, and he's pain-free. The damage was caught early enough to reverse it, but only because he was willing to stop completely. Smoking. A lot of seniors smoke, from tobacco to cigarettes, some chronically, some socially, but in between, they smoke. What they do not know is that it is not only your lungs that smoking affects. Smoking affects your peripheral nerves as well, and causes neuropathy because of the substance called nicotine. Nicotine causes vasoconstriction, where blood vessels become narrower, and blood flow to extremities is reduced, and hands and feet get less and less oxygen. This is why you get cold hands and feet. Smoking also produces a situation where hemoglobin bonds with carbon monoxide and reduces oxygen carrying capacity. Your blood can't deliver the oxygen your nerves desperately need to survive. It also causes damage to the lining of blood vessels and causes plaque buildup in blood vessels, making them stiff and narrow. It can also increase the thickness of blood and increase blood clot risks. Now imagine this. Your nerves are already struggling, maybe from diabetes or aging, and now you're choking off their oxygen supply every single time you light up. Your nerves are screaming for oxygen, and smoking is suffocating them. Research shows that smokers with diabetes develop neuropathy much faster and much worse than non-smokers. Smoking accelerates nerve damage by 50% or more. It doesn't matter if you smoke 1 cigarette a day or a pack a day. The damage is cumulative. Even secondhand smoke can worsen neuropathy symptoms. The longer you smoke, the more permanent the damage becomes. But here's the good news. Nerve damage from smoking can be reversed if you stop early enough. So what should you do? First, you need to quit smoking completely. There is no such thing as safe smoking when it comes to neuropathy. Even cutting back to just a few cigarettes a day is not enough. Your blood vessels need to heal. Your blood needs to carry oxygen properly again. And that only happens when you stop completely. I know quitting is hard. Nicotine is one of the most addictive substances on earth. But there are tools to help you. Nicotine replacement therapy like patches or gum can help ease withdrawal. Medications like varenicline or bupropion can reduce cravings. Support groups, whether in person or online, can keep you accountable. Talk to your doctor about a quit plan that works for you. Second, once you quit, you need to support your body's healing. Your blood vessels will start to repair themselves within weeks of quitting. Blood flow to your extremities will improve. But you can speed this up by taking omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation and improve circulation. Take 2 to 3 grams daily. Vitamin E protects your blood vessel linings from oxidative damage. Take 400 IU daily. And vitamin C helps repair damaged blood vessels. Take 500 to 1,000 milligrams daily. Exercise also helps. Even gentle walking gets your blood moving and encourages new blood vessel growth. I had a client named Dorothy, 69 years old, who had smoked since she was 16. That's over 50 years of smoking. She came to me with severe numbness in her feet and constant coldness in her toes, even in summer. Her circulation was so poor that her toes were turning bluish. Her doctor warned her she was heading toward amputation if she didn't quit. Dorothy was terrified, but she was also determined. We got her on a nicotine patch, enrolled her in a cessation program, and started her on omega-3s, vitamin E, and daily short walks. The first 2 weeks were brutal. She had intense cravings and mood swings, but she pushed through. By month 3, she noticed her feet weren't as cold. By month 6, the bluish color was gone, and she could feel light touch again. By 1 year, the numbness had reduced by 70%. Her doctor couldn't believe the improvement in her circulation tests. Dorothy is now 72, hasn't smoked in 3 years, and she tells me, "I wish I had quit 30 years ago, but I'm grateful I quit when I did. My feet are warm again. I can feel the ground when I walk. Quitting saved my life." Number 4. Wearing improper footwear. This is the one habit that every senior completely ignores, and it is one of the top causes of discomfort and nerve damage seniors suffer from. Wearing improper footwear causes discomfort and nerve damage. Seniors suffer from wearing improper footwear, and this can cause nerve damage in the sense that it causes direct nerve compression and damage. The repetitive trauma over the years and decades causes a mechanical injury to peripheral nerves, and some footwear, even without physical discomfort, can cause permanent nerve damage. And if you had existing neuropathy, it can make it worse. Wearing improper footwear can also cause complications like ulcers, infections, and deformities. They also increase the risk of falls. Here's what happens. Shoes that are too tight compress the nerves in your feet against the bones. Over time, this creates conditions like Morton's neuroma, where the nerve between your toes becomes thickened and scarred, causing burning pain and numbness. High heels shift 75% of your body weight onto the ball of your foot, crushing the nerves there with every step. Flip-flops and backless shoes force your toes to grip with every step, which strains the plantar nerves and causes inflammation. Worn-out shoes lose their cushioning and support, so every step sends shock waves directly into your nerves. And shoes without proper arch support cause your foot to collapse inward, compressing the tibial nerve and causing tarsal tunnel syndrome, the foot equivalent of carpal tunnel. Research shows that improper footwear contributes to 50% of falls in seniors, and falls are the leading cause of injury and death in people over 65. But beyond falls, the chronic nerve compression from bad shoes causes progressive, irreversible damage if not corrected. Studies have found that seniors who wear proper footwear have significantly lower rates of foot ulcers, infections, and neuropathy progression compared to those who don't. So what should you do? First, get your feet measured properly. Your feet change with age. They get longer, wider, and flatter. Don't assume you're still the same shoe size you were 20 years ago. Go to a specialty shoe store where they measure both the length and width of your feet. Second, look for shoes with a wide toe box so your toes can spread naturally. A firm heel counter that cups your heel and prevents it from sliding. Good arch support that matches your arch type. Cushioned insoles to absorb shock, and a low, broad heel no higher than 1 inch. Third, avoid high heels completely. Flip-flops and backless shoes. Shoes that are too tight or too narrow. Worn-out shoes with compressed soles, and any shoe that causes pain or redness after wearing. I had a client named Thomas, 67 years old, who came to me with severe burning pain in the ball of his right foot. He'd been wearing the same pair of dress shoes for work for over 5 years. They were worn down on one side, the insoles were flat, and they were half a size too small. He didn't think it mattered because they still looked fine. But when I examined his feet, he had a Morton's neuroma the size of a marble between his third and fourth toes. We immediately got him fitted for proper shoes. Wide toe box, cushioned insoles, proper arch support. We also added padding between his toes to separate them and reduce nerve compression. Within 2 months, the burning pain reduced by 60%. Within 6 months, the neuroma had shrunk and he could walk pain-free again. Thomas told me, "I had no idea my shoes were killing my feet. I thought neuropathy just happened, but it was my shoes the whole time." Number 5. Poor nutritional habits. Yes, your nerves can get damaged because of the type of diet you have or the kinds of food you eat. It is not enough that you eat high-protein meals and your fruits and vegetables. The $1 million question is, do these foods have the required nutritional value your body needs? Is it supplemental? Does it have the vitamins required to help you build new nerves and prevent nerve damage? Recall that I said I would tell you 5 vitamins that reverse neuropathy fast, and I will tell you those vitamins shortly. Here's what most people don't understand. Your nerves need specific nutrients to produce energy, maintain their protective coating, transmit signals, and repair damage. Without these nutrients, your nerves will deteriorate no matter how healthy you think you're eating. Research shows that nutritional neuropathy is one of the most common and most preventable forms of nerve damage. Even seniors who eat regular meals can be severely deficient in the vitamins their nerves need, and many don't know it until nerve damage has already started. The problem is that by the time you start feeling symptoms, burning, tingling, numbness, you've already lost significant nerve function. Your body has been silently starving your nerves for months or even years. And if you don't fix the deficiency, no amount of pain medication will help because you're not addressing the root cause. I had a client named Helen, 74 years old, who came to me with severe burning pain in both feet. She ate what she thought was a balanced diet: oatmeal for breakfast, salads for lunch, chicken and vegetables for dinner. But when we tested her vitamin levels, they were critically low. We immediately gave her the following vitamins. Number 1. Alpha-lipoic acid. This is a naturally occurring acid in the body, and it is made in small amounts in the body. You can find this in every cell in your body, and it helps to convert fat into energy. It is essential for cellular energy production. Alpha-lipoic acid also helps reverse neuropathy by reducing inflammation, oxidative stress from high glucose, and provides antioxidant protection. It also helps reduce blood glucose and preserves insulin-producing capacity. Research shows that alpha-lipoic acid is one of the most powerful treatments for diabetic neuropathy. Studies involving over 1,200 patients found that taking 600 milligrams of alpha-lipoic acid daily significantly reduced neuropathy symptoms: pain, burning, numbness, and tingling within 3 to 5 weeks. What makes alpha-lipoic acid so unique is that it works everywhere in your body. It's both water-soluble and fat-soluble, meaning it can protect nerve cell membranes, work inside cells, improve blood flow to nerves, and even regenerate other antioxidants like vitamin C, vitamin E, and glutathione. Now, while your body makes small amounts of alpha-lipoic acid, it's not nearly enough to reverse nerve damage. You need therapeutic doses, which is why supplementation at 600 milligrams daily is recommended. But you can also support your levels through food. Alpha-lipoic acid is found in organ meats like liver, kidney, and heart, as well as red meat and certain vegetables like spinach, broccoli, tomatoes, and Brussels sprouts. The amounts in food are much smaller than what you'd get from supplements, but eating these foods regularly can still support your nerve health. Here are 3 ways to get more alpha-lipoic acid naturally through your meals. Start your morning with a spinach and beef liver scramble. Take a small piece of chicken liver or beef liver, rinse it well, and sauté it in a tablespoon of olive oil over medium heat until it's fully cooked and no longer pink inside. Chop the liver into small pieces, then add a big handful of fresh spinach to the same pan and let it wilt down. Crack in 2 or 3 eggs, scramble everything together, and season with salt, black pepper, and a pinch of turmeric for extra anti-inflammatory benefits. For lunch, make a simple beef and broccoli stir-fry. Slice grass-fed beef into thin strips and quickly sear it in a hot pan with a little coconut oil until it's browned on the outside but still tender. Remove the beef and set it aside. In the same pan, toss in bite-sized broccoli florets and stir-fry them until they're bright green and just tender. Add the beef back in, season everything with minced garlic, fresh ginger, and a splash of coconut aminos, or low-sodium soy sauce, and serve it over a small portion of cauliflower rice or quinoa. For dinner, roast a medley of Brussels sprouts, cherry tomatoes, and grass-fed beef. If you can find beef heart at your local butcher, use that. It's incredibly nutrient-dense and rich in alpha-lipoic acid. If not, use lean beef or sirloin. Cut everything into bite-sized pieces, toss them with olive oil, salt, pepper, and fresh rosemary, then spread them on a baking sheet and roast in a preheated oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 25 to 30 minutes, until the vegetables are caramelized and the beef is cooked through. The combination of organ meat or beef with Brussels sprouts and tomatoes gives you a concentrated dose of alpha-lipoic acid, B vitamins, and antioxidants that work together to repair and protect your nerves. Number 2. Adding folate to vitamin B12 supplementation. Let's talk about the importance of B12 supplementation and how some neuropathy in seniors is caused by a deficiency in B12. But seniors make the mistake of just taking only B12, and that's why symptoms either don't completely go away or they come back again and again. That's because seniors do not know this one trick. Vitamin B12 is absolutely essential for nerve health. It's required to build and maintain the myelin sheath, which is the protective coating around your nerves that allows electrical signals to travel quickly and efficiently. Without enough B12, that coating breaks down and your nerves become exposed and damaged. This causes the burning, tingling, numbness, and pain that we call neuropathy. Research shows that 10 to 15% of people over 60 are deficient in B12, and up to 20% of those over 80. The problem is that as you age, your stomach produces less acid, and you need stomach acid to absorb B12 from food. Medications like metformin and acid reducers like omeprazole make it even worse by blocking B12 absorption completely. So even if you're eating B12-rich foods like meat, fish, and eggs, your body may not be absorbing it. But here's what most people, and even some doctors, don't know. B12 cannot work alone. It needs folate, also known as vitamin B9, to function properly. B12 and folate work together in a biochemical pathway that repairs DNA, produces new cells, and regenerates nerves. If you take B12 without folate, the B12 can't complete its job. Your body will start to use the B12, but it will hit a roadblock because folate is missing, and the nerve repair process stalls. This is why some people take B12 supplements for months and still don't see full improvement. They're only giving their body half of what it needs. Studies show that B12 and folate deficiencies often occur together, and treating both at the same time leads to significantly better outcomes than treating B12 alone. One study found that patients with neuropathy who supplemented with both B12 and folate had a 60% improvement in nerve function, compared to only 30% improvement in those who took B12 alone. Folate also helps lower homocysteine, an inflammatory compound that damages blood vessels and nerves. When B12 and folate work together, they convert homocysteine into methionine, a harmless amino acid which protects your nerves from further damage. Number 3. Other B vitamins. A lot of seniors focus only on B12 and folate when it comes to nerve health. But the truth is, your nerves need the entire B vitamin family to function and repair properly. B vitamins work as a team. They're all involved in energy production, nerve signal transmission, and building the protective myelin sheath around your nerves. If you're deficient in even one B vitamin, the whole system breaks down, and your neuropathy won't improve, no matter how much B12 you take. Let's start with vitamin B1, also known as thiamine. Thiamine is absolutely critical for converting glucose into energy inside your nerve cells. Thiamine deficiency causes a condition called beriberi, and one of its main symptoms is peripheral neuropathy, burning feet, numbness, and muscle weakness. The problem is that many seniors are deficient in thiamine. Next is vitamin B6, also called pyridoxine. B6 is essential for producing neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that allow your nerves to communicate with each other. It also helps build myelin and lowers homocysteine, which damages nerves. But here's the catch. Too much B6 can actually cause neuropathy. Taking more than 200 milligrams daily for extended periods can damage your nerves, so you need to be careful. The safe and effective dose is 50 to 100 milligrams daily. Then there's vitamin B2, or riboflavin. B2 is needed to activate B6 and convert B12 into its active forms. The best approach is to take a high-quality B-complex supplement that includes all the B vitamins in their active forms. Number 4. Magnesium. Magnesium is one of the most overlooked nutrients when it comes to neuropathy, and yet it's absolutely critical for nerve health. Magnesium is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in your body, including nerve signal transmission, muscle contraction, blood sugar regulation, and energy production. Without enough magnesium, your nerves become hyperexcitable. They fire off signals erratically, which causes pain, burning, tingling, and muscle cramps. This is why so many people with neuropathy also suffer from restless leg syndrome, nighttime leg cramps, and that painful burning sensation that gets worse at night. The problem is that 50 to 60% of seniors don't get enough magnesium from their diet. And if you have diabetes, your body loses even more magnesium through frequent urination when your blood sugar is high. Research shows that magnesium deficiency is directly linked to worsening neuropathy symptoms. Studies have found that people with low magnesium levels experience more severe nerve pain, more frequent muscle cramps, and slower nerve conduction velocity compared to those with adequate magnesium. So what should you do? First, you need to supplement with magnesium. The best forms for nerve health are magnesium glycinate and magnesium threonate. Magnesium glycinate is highly absorbable and doesn't cause digestive upset like cheaper forms such as magnesium oxide. It's also calming, so it helps with sleep, which is important because neuropathy pain often disrupts sleep. You can also get magnesium from food. Dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard are excellent sources. Nuts and seeds, especially almonds, cashews, pumpkin seeds, and chia seeds, are packed with magnesium. Legumes like black beans, lentils, and chickpeas provide magnesium, along with fiber and protein. Whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, and oats are also good sources. And don't forget dark chocolate. 70% cacao or higher is rich in magnesium and antioxidants that protect your nerves. I had a client named Frank, 71 years old, who complained of severe nighttime leg cramps and burning pain in his feet that kept him awake. He was on a diuretic for blood pressure and had never thought about magnesium. We tested him, and his magnesium was severely low. We started him on 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate daily, and within 2 weeks, the leg cramps stopped. By 6 weeks, the burning pain was significantly better, and he was finally sleeping through the night. Frank told me, "I can't believe something as simple as magnesium made such a huge difference. I wish I had known about this years ago." Number 5. Vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant that's absolutely essential for protecting your nerves from oxidative damage. Your nerve cell membranes are made up of fats, and these fats are extremely vulnerable to free radical attacks. When this happens, your nerve cells lose their structure, signals can't transmit properly, and the protective myelin sheath around your nerves deteriorates. Vitamin E sits in those nerve cell membranes and acts like a shield, neutralizing free radicals before they can cause damage. It's one of the only antioxidants that can protect the fatty parts of your cells, which is why it's so critical for nerve health. Research shows that vitamin E deficiency directly causes peripheral neuropathy. Studies have found that people with low vitamin E levels develop severe nerve damage, loss of coordination, loss of position sense, muscle weakness, and numbness. In fact, vitamin E deficiency neuropathy looks almost identical to other types of neuropathy, but it's completely preventable and, if caught early, reversible. The problem is that seniors are often deficient in vitamin E, especially those with fat malabsorption disorders like Crohn's disease, celiac disease, or those who've had bariatric surgery. Very low-fat diets can also cause deficiency because vitamin E is fat-soluble and needs dietary fat to be absorbed. You can also get vitamin E from food. Nuts like almonds and hazelnuts, seeds like sunflower seeds, spinach, broccoli, avocados, and olive oil are all excellent sources. Eat these foods with a source of healthy fat to maximize absorption. If you're taking blood thinners like warfarin, check with your doctor before supplementing with vitamin E, as high doses can increase bleeding risk. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 vitamins are you currently taking, and which ones did you not know about? Drop a comment below and let me know. Are you taking alpha-lipoic acid, B12 with folate, magnesium, or have you been missing some of these critical nutrients? I read every single comment, and I want to know where you are in your neuropathy journey so I can help you even more. And if you found this video helpful, you need to subscribe right now, because in my next video, I'm going to reveal the #1 food combination that's secretly making your neuropathy worse, even if you think you're eating healthy. Most seniors have no idea they're eating this every single day, and it's sabotaging their nerve healing. I'm also going to share the exact supplement protocol I use with my clients that gets results in as little as 3 weeks. You do not want to miss this, so hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss it. See you soon.